The wait is over. The NASCAR Canadian Tire Series has arrived at Sunset Speedway, the center of short track racing in Ontario.
Canada's NASCAR Series has had a long and entertaining short track history. No words can properly describe the epic tales that have occurred within those concrete walls. Hearts have been broken. Many careers have been made. But most of all, it's the fans who have witnessed these bull ring brawls that are the ultimate winners. But today, a new chapter will be written. We're at Sunset Speedway in the heart of Simcoe County for the Leland 300, presented by Johnsonville. This is race number 3 of the 2015 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series Championship, presented by Mobil 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Dave Bradley. Joining us this week, the voice of Sunset Speedway, Spencer Lewis, also a regular from our broadcast, and Todd Lewis will be patrolling the pits for us trackside here today. But Spencer, you know this track so well. You know the fan base. What was the reaction when NASCAR said, we're coming to town?
This is the show that every fan in this place has been asking for year after year, off-season after off-season. They asked for the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. It's been years in the making. It's finally happening. The Leland 300 is here, and you can feel the excitement in the grandstands this evening. We're in for one heck of a show.
It is a racy little track, too. Put on some great shows on a regular Saturday night. Tell us the history about this place.
Originally built in 1968 as a third-mile oval, nice and close to the GTA. We've had a lot of fans from Toronto over the years come on up and enjoy some racing. In 2009, new ownership group came to town, brought in professional racer Mark Dilley as a track promoter. Since then, the track's been repaved, it's been widened, the pit road is here, and we're in a new golden era for Sunset Speedway.
Big crowds on the track and big crowds in the stands on any given Saturday night. And there you see Gary Clute, the points leader, coming into this race, the Rookie of the Year candidate, now tied with Jason Hathaway as he came off a win at Autodrome Chaudière.
Another two drivers to keep an eye on are their Mopar teammates, Andrew Ranger and DJ Kennington. They both have strong starts to the season and both looked awfully solid at Autodrome Chaudière.
Spencer, local track knowledge obviously helps in a 300-lap race. How are the three Sunset regulars doing?
Well, my boss, track promoter Mark Dilley, struggled a little bit in practice, didn't have the qualifying effort he was looking for, but he's a long-run guy. He's a veteran. Watch for him to get things sorted out over the course of 300 laps. Another driver, the bully Dwayne Baker, reigning Sunset Speedway late model champion, did not have the time trial effort they were hoping for. He'll have to get acclimated to this track, to this heavier car over the course of the evening. But one bright spot for the Sunset regulars is the prodigy, Caden Lapcevich, the Sunset Speedway Superstock track champion, timed in third quickest this afternoon, and certainly looks to be a developing story as the evening wears on.
He's already visited Victory Lane, winning the Superstock race just last night here at Sunset Speedway. And with more on the rest of the field and how it's going to stack up, let's send it down to Todd Lewis. Todd?
Thanks, Dave. It is a very fast front row with a veteran and a rookie on the front row. Scott Steckley has been fast all season long, but something has gotten in the way of victory. Bad luck or problems have gotten in the way. Alongside on the front row for the second time in his career, for the second time this season, Gary Clute has the pole position. Of course, he was on pole for the opener at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park as well. He is fast and he is unintimidated by these oval tracks. He's excited. He's looking forward to 300 laps of racing here tonight. Let's head to the start-finish line to get the proceedings going.
Once again, the mayor of Innisfil, Gord Walkup.
Are you kidding? Okay, I'll take mine.
Thank you.
I don't like the
Drivers, start your engines.
And the field comes to life here at Sunset Speedway. There you see a good look at Gary Clute, who will start on pole. All the drivers giving the thumbs up as the engines fire here on the front straightaway, but the anticipation is building.
Here's a great look at the 15-year-old freshman, the prodigy, Caden Lapcevich, third-generation driver, ready to go.
And there's your boss, Mark Dilley, in the 0-2 as he gets comfortable behind the wheel of his Ford Fusion. The CBRT number 25 of Joey McComb. He's looking for big things here today as well.
Strong run in time trials for McComb. He's looking for a breakout run. How about Andrew Ranger? He's had a good start to the 2015 season.
Very much so. Coming off, as you mentioned, a great run at Autodrome Chaudière. There's Peter Cadieux, the driver of the pace car, a 2015 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, 707 horsepower. What a wonderful machine that is.
And this hot rod will be with us all throughout the 2015 season as the field takes off from the starting grid for their first time around this third-mile oval.
It's almost a shame to see it driving that slow. As we take a look at the Leland starting lineup, of course, Clute starting on pole, Steckley beside him. There's young Caden Lapcevich in third. Alex Tagliani will roll off fourth.
Alex Labbe, one of the top youngsters in the country, will roll off fifth alongside the 95 of Anthony Simoni. Row number 4 brings us the reigning champ, LP Dumoulin. He's up alongside the 17 at DJ Kennington.
Taking a look back to row number 5, there's Jason Hathaway, last week's winner, and Joey McComb in the 25. Row number 6 has young Matthew Skinnell in the number 56, your reigning Rookie of the Year champion, and Marc-Antoine Cameron in the 99.
There's Mark Dilley, track promoter. He'll roll off inside of row number 7 alongside the 27 of Andrew Ranger.
Row number 8 has Larry Jackson, who's run a number of late model races here at Sunset Speedway, and the 04 of JF Dumoulin. And then Jason White in the 21, and Dwayne Baker make up row 9.
Next in line, car number 5. Good to see him back. It's Noel Dowler. He's alongside another Alberta driver, Erica Thiering.
And that rounds out the starting field for tonight's race. There's a good look at the 36 of Alex LeBay, a great talent. He second last week at Autodrome Chaudière, and he's been fast here in testing as well.
How about that look back at this field here? Gorgeous facility. We've waited so long to have the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series here in town. Gary Kloot will have the honors of leading to the green.
And now we'll take a look at the E3 Spark Plugs race analysis. Spencer?
There you have it, folks. That's the breakdown. 300 laps this afternoon equates to about 100 miles. Track is a 3rd-mile banked oval. They'll take fuel and 2 tires on their stop. Gorgeous afternoon, 25 and clear. Perfect conditions for racing.
Let's check in with Todd. Take us through tonight's Leland lead up to the green. Todd?
Guys, how about a little Western hospitality before we get started tonight? The 21 of Jason White back in the field from Kamloops, BC. Hasn't been with us since August of last year. They had a little problem during practice. We're only on 7 cylinders. They've got it corrected for the race. And just behind him in the field, the number 5 of Noel Dowler, who we haven't seen since the Western Swing last year. He's back. He'll be out west. And there's a chance that Kevin Dowler may come out of retirement yet again and run another EMCO car out west. We'll have to wait and see.
Riding on board the 21 Powder Ventures Dodge of Jason White. Super excited. He always promised Mark Dilley, the promoter, if you get a race, I will be there. And he's a man of his word as we head through 3 and 4, looking for the green flag. The Leland Industries 300. Jason Nelson from Leland Industries with green flag in hand onto the French stretch, and we're underway.
Kloot and Steckley side by side. How about Steckley making it work on the top side? Let's see if the 22 can clear the 59 tonight.
Side by side, deep in the field, Scott Steckley will move into the lead. He'll lead lap number 1 here at Sunset Speedway. And Alex Tagliani in the EpiPen Chevy up on the outside, now trying to get by the 59 of Gary Kloot.
No points to Gary Kloot for leading the lap as the 22 wasted a little time in getting after it.
That's important. As we mentioned, Kloot came into this race tied for the points lead with the number 3 of Jason Hathaway. So Kloot will be trucking to try and get a nose in front of the 22 once again, but it's the 22 racing teammates now nose to tail at the front of the field.
Anthony Simoni had a really good qualifying effort as you ride on board that number 95 machine. Good battle going on for the 2nd spot.
Well, Spencer, on a Saturday night when you see the local short trackers go to battle here, there really is 2 grooves at any given time, isn't there? You don't have to wait for it to come in.
You do not have to wait. It's good side-by-side racing anywhere in the field, but the top side traditionally is the preferred way around. We'll have to see if that's the case here this afternoon.
Here comes Kloot digging in on the number 18 of Alex Tagliani from Indianapolis, Indiana, where Tagliani ran the Indianapolis 500 this year once again to Sunset Speedway in Innisfil, Ontario, just outside of Barrie, as he drops back into 3rd, so it looks like Kloot's coming back home.
There you have the number 76 machine of Caden Lapsovich pinned back to the 17 at DJ Kennington, all over the number 95 of Anthony Simoni.
It's a battle for 5th spot. The Innovative Plumbing, number 95, just ahead of the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington, gives him a little bump in 3 and 4 and ducks his nose on the front chute. Side by side in through 1 and 2. They're close, but no touch now down the back straightaway.
Neither one of these gentlemen are looking to employ a wait-and-see approach. They are not wasting any time in going at it for the 5th position.
Joey McComb right there on the back bumper of the 17 as well. Now Kennington gets loose. Contact as the 95 goes around and up and over.
That was all bad. That was just 2 guys running for the same spot. They run out of real estate. And I mean, worst case scenario for both cars, heavy damage for both Kennington and Simoni.
Yeah, you can see the body flapping on the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington. Simoni comes to a rest up against the outside wall. A huge hit for the driver of the 95. Have another look.
Here you see Kennington just tried to drive it in deep into 1. The back end just swings around up into the 95 of Simoni. Points to Simoni for trying to corral that car and save it. but once you're up in the air, it's not a whole lot you can do to slow it down.
You put the brakes on if you want, but you're right, it's not going to stop you. Have another look. Oh, and a heavy hit for the 95 of Anthony Simone as the crew, Jeff Walton customers, go to work to see how they can fix it. Todd's in the 17 pit.
The body damage on the right front is the focus of the 17 team. Tape and Bondo work all prepared and ready to go for DJ Kennington's arrival. NASCAR officials overlooking the situation to make sure that there is no loose body work. They're going to try and send the number 17 machine back out in to accumulate as many positions as they can.
DJ Kennington coming into this one, third in points, and he'll want a safe face in the point standings. But Scott Steckley is your leader here under an early caution at Sunset Speedway. So your race leader, Scott Steckley, in the 22, elects the low line for this first restart.
It's not traditionally the preferred way around this place. He must have found something working on the bottom of the racetrack in that number 22.
Gary Clued up on the outside as we go back to green here in the Leland 300. Quick shot from the onboard of the 3 of Jason Hathaway. There you see him mired mid-pack, but still making forward progress.
Meanwhile, back at the range, Steckley making it work on the bottom. He clears the 59 at Clute. Now Clute has his hands full with that number 18 machine at Tangley.
See all these cars wiggling a little bit as they get under power on the straightaways. Not really tight corners. This racetrack does flow pretty well for these cars.
You got a lot of room to work. It's a give and take sort of racetrack, and it should provide some excellent racing all day long.
See the field now stretching out single file. Alex Tagliani still on the inside, but he has some company upstairs. You see the 76 of Kate Lapsevich, that Tim Hortons Dodge, trying to make a pass on the outside. It's a battle for third spot. Lapsevich, look at that good run into the outside of turn number 1.
Caden just needs to stay patient all day long. If he can keep his car under him throughout these 300 laps, he should be in position at the end.
Warren Jones, the spotter for the 18 as we ride on board. The young driver, the 76, Lapsevich.
Again, right up on the wheel there, in behind the 59 at Cluten. There you have the battle between the number 27 of Andrew Ranger and Mark Dilley. That's for the 9th spot.
The Leland Industries Ford Fusion on the inside of the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger upstairs, and that's exactly where Andrew Ranger likes racing recently on these ovals. As the 9 of Dwayne Baker gets into the back of the 02. Couple of usual drivers here in the Barrie area anyway, now nudging each other out here on the racetrack.
Two fellas that know each other very well as we get a look in on Mark Dilley in the 02 car. He's looking to rebound. Car did not come to his liking in practice. He's trying to venture his way up through this field.
And now the GD Code Superstore, the number 9 of Dwayne Baker underneath and noses in front of the 02. Dilley was pretty quick in testing here. Of course, had lots of access to this racetrack, but unfortunately, it looks like he's going backwards just a little bit.
Baker, another driver with a lot of laps around Sunset. Speaking of a lot of laps around Sunset, how about the 76 of Caden Lapsevich? He'll take second spot away from fellow rookie Gary Clute.
And Gary Clute, not in any hurry, he'll tuck in behind.
Caden Lapsevich now on his way to the front. There you have it on board. Caden going to work trying to track down our leader, Scott Steckley.
Watch him work that wheel. See, the key is to be smooth, and I was speaking with his father, Jeff, earlier in the pits, and Caden, of course, coming into the super stock ranks. They run a V8 car and a smaller tire, but you have to be smooth. You got to keep the momentum up, and he says these cars are very, very similar to those, obviously a little bit quicker, but again, the same practices apply, and that might be why he's so good.
How about Alex Labbé, first career visit to Sunset Speedway, and he's doing all he can to hold off the CBRT number 25 of Joey McComb.
Joey McComb working that wheel pretty hard. There's a good shot backwards from Labbé. Look at how relaxed he looks.
One of the most naturally gifted drivers in the country right now. Absurdly talented as we go on board the number 3 machine of Jason Hathaway.
And you can see damage to the back end of the CBRT number 25 of Joey McComb. That came from a shunt by the number 36 of Alex Labbé. Labbé has a little bit of damage to the nose of that Dodge. There you see it as it passes through the screen, but McComb is pretty crooked.
In the lead up to the green flag this afternoon, McComb was telling anyone that would listen that this team is ready for a breakout performance. He's hungry entering this 300-lapper.
On board Hathaway, listen to him on the throttle.
Now, Hathaway's had some great performances here in the past as well, running his late model up at Sunset. So he's got a little bit of experience. He knows the quick way around Sunset Speedway.
Got to give a tip of the hat to some of our crew working the race here today. The Pan Cam operated by Steve Ryan, one of our long-standing camera operators and technicians. And, of course, Jim Robinson directing today's race, as he always does. He is in charge every time we go to a racetrack.
And don't look now, but Caden Lapsers has closed the gap on Scott Steckley. And as the old saying goes, we got ourselves a race right now.
And look at the gap they have back to third place, though, so they can really start to decide this amongst themselves as we continue under a long green flag run. And there is a 0-2 of Mark Dilley continuing to trail back through this field. Good look at the 98 of Larry Jackson, the Bremco Contracting number 98. He's in 15th position right now with the 0-2 up on the outside.
See plenty of room heading down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Not really necessary to get up on one another and exchange some damage. Speaking of damage, how about the side spoiler on the 17 of DJ Kennington?
We talked about trying to get that body down and keep it on that race car, but the Castrol-edged Dodge appears to have wings after that early skirmish with the number 95 of Anthony Simoni. Now Simoni is currently back on the track. Some heavy smoke now from the 98 as he smoked the tires going into turn number 1. The 95 of Simoni is back on the track. He's struggling a little bit with the handling after that huge hit into the wall.
LP Dumoulin now, the reigning and defending series champion on the bottom of the racetrack. That's for the 7th spot. He'll slip past the 25 on Macomb.
Rome will tuck in behind the WeatherTech.ca Dodge, and here's a battle for the lead. Steckley up on the outside, but young Caden Lapsevich is hungry and taking a look into lap traffic. They go white just ahead. He bumps the 98 of Larry Jackson. The 17 of DJ Kennington is headed pit side.
Meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead here. A minefield of slower moving traffic in front of them.
Wide open here.
The 15-year-old Lapsevich has to be so careful with the way he handles this.
And the number 21 of White struggling to keep it down. It looks like it might benefit the 76 of Lapsevich. Now smoke from the Mopar Dodge to 27 of Andrew Ranger.
Ranger had a lot of momentum coming into this race. This is the last thing that Mopar team needed, which is 3 races into the 2015 campaign.
And he's well off the pace now as he tucks down to the inside groove. Still a battle for the front spot as the 76 of Lapsevich now clears the 22 Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley. We have a new leader and now a new second-place driver, too.
How about Gary Clute? Was Johnny on the spot? As soon as Steckley was trapped on the top side of the track, he'd seize his opportunity, move the 59 to P2 on the board.
He's getting pretty good at that Johnny on the spot thing this year.
Caden Lapsevich now looking to stretch his legs a little bit, pull away from the rest of this field. Now he's at home. He spent a lot of time in his Superstock at the front of the field the last 3 seasons.
The battle just ahead of him is the battle for 15th spot on the racetrack, where we have a new leader, Caden Lapsevich. Welcome back to the 3rd round of the 2015 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series on TSN. We're well into the Leland Industries 300 presented by Johnsonville, and the prodigy 15-year-old Caden Lapsevich leads the 20-car field here on lap 85.
And the 0-2 Leland Dickey's Johnsonville Ford of Mark Dilley pulls it onto pit road. Crew doesn't look to be in an awful hurry. His day might be over.
Yeah, you look at Mark Dilley. He looks obviously dejected. Kerry Mix will pilot that Ford in its next outing at the Echo 100 at Circuit ICAR on July 5th. Good look at the number 18 of Alex Tagliani, the empty pen Chevy, now trailing the 76 of Lapsevich. He's moved that car up into the 2nd position as we work lap 91. Find out where your favorite driver is running with the ticker across the top of your screen. And 2 drivers at the end of that ticker, the 27 and the 17. Todd standing by in the infield with a crew working really hard.
Yeah, guys, what a night it's been for the DJ Kennington bunch. The 17, you see the right front damage that they're trying to tape down, but the real issue, the Panhard bar bent. The crew's got him behind the wall. They're going to try to make repairs and get him back out. For the 27 bunch, wow, it looks like they are done for the evening because of mechanical issues. The car is up on jack stands, the crew having a look, but it looks like their night is done early.
Tough deal for Bill Burns and the team. They'll call it a night, but we'll look forward to Circuit ICAR, where the 27 Ranger has dominated in past years, getting Mopar their first win in 2014.
There you see the 22 of Scott Steckley. Take a look at the hood of that car. Yellow ribbons on it representing the Milverton Fights Back Cancer fundraiser for the Huron-Perth Cancer Society. What a great cause.
As he slips past the 59 of Clute back onto the final podium position.
Before taking a look back to the CTL Financial number 59 of Gary Clute. And here is the battle for top spot. Dwayne Baker a lap down, up on the outside. Caden Lapsevich will tuck down low, but he's got company in Alex Tagliani.
So Joey McCollum, the 25, has fallen off the pace here. Lapsevich will have to duck down underneath the CBRT number 25.
And the youngster expertly navigating lap traffic here as he pulls away on the bottom underneath the 56 of young Matthew Scannell. One driver who's out is a driver, the Leland Industries 02. Todd's with him. Todd.
02 driver Mark Dilley already out. Tough break for you to be out of this event so early here at Sunset. What was the issue?
Yeah, we got something broke in the front end. I don't know what it is. It's just getting worse and worse, and eventually we're going to hit the wall with it, so try and fix it and see what happens. It's too bad for Leland and Johnsonville Dickies, but that's the way it goes.
And there you see a sideways run off the corner number 2 for Caden Lapsevich. Some smoke showing from that Dodge Challenger as well. But here comes Alex Tagliani down low, a battle for the lead.
Tagliani got tired of playing me and my shadow with Caden Lapsevich, moves the 76 out of the way, and we've got ourselves a new leader.
Look at Lapsevich. He tries to come back.
On the inside, coming back at you, side by side, clear.
That's a spotter as 76 up front for 44 laps, now relegated to second spot behind Alex Tagliani. Tagliani hasn't had a lot of luck on ovals in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series in the past, and we take a look at a battle for fourth spot. Clute now falls back to the 36 Lou's Barbecue Dodge of Alex LeBay, who's been quietly making his way forward.
LeBay's been impressive from the moment they started testing at Sunset. That 36 has found the quick way around. He's trying to go to the bottom of the track on Clute down the back straightaway. This could be his chance.
And you see just in behind the 5, the Emco Dodge of Noel Dowler sitting in 10th spot. He's chasing the 9 of Dwayne Baker, who is in 9th position, so that too is another battle.
Great onboard shot as you see these drivers working the wheel down the back straightaway. Alex LeBay looking to make a name for himself, and we've got trouble down the back straightaway. The 21 of Jason White will bring it to the safety of pit road.
Yeah, Halmore Plumbing Dodge Challenger heads down pit lane. He's off the pace. He had trouble in practice as well. It looks like his day might be done early.
There you see Tagliani, the 18, put the 0-4 of JF Dumoulin down a lap. He is lapped up to 7th position. Having a good run is JF Dumoulin in only his second series start on an oval.
And there is Jason White unstrapping, unbuckling, and hopping out of that car as we continue under a lengthy green flag run. Alex Tagliani is your race leader. Good look at Sean Gibbs up in the flag stand here in the Leland Industries 300 at Sunset Speedway as we hit the halfway mark. And the Tim Hortons halfway update. We've nearly been green for the entire run, but we have had 4 leaders for 3 lead changes so far this afternoon. Just that one caution, as we mentioned, for a short 11 laps. It's been green ever since. The top rookie so far, the 76 of Caden Lapsevich, who's currently running second.
Drop in on a great battle here as Jason Hathaway, the veteran, looking to give the business to Gary Clute for the 5th spot. Clute right now holding his own, but Hathaway is pouring it on.
There's a good look at the Can-Torque Chevrolet of Alex Tagliani, driving for car owner Colin Livingston. Having a great run, starting to stretch out. Now some smoke from the back end of the Tim Hortons Dodge.
Might be something to be concerned about if I'm on that number 76 team, as there you have Hathaway again lays the bumper to the 59 and Clute, to his credit, chases up the hill, trying to hang on to it, but here comes Jason Hathaway.
Hathaway's going to put that BrakeWorks number 3 Chevy into 5th position and set sail for the front. Just 6 cars left on the lead lap here as we work lap 153.
Look at how smooth Jason Hathaway is on that wheel. This guy's been around a long time, and he has perfected his short track program. Into the top 5 comes the number 3. How about the 0-4 of JF Dumoulin? Just his second series start on an oval, running in the 7th spot.
First car lap down, and look, not even a mark on that race car. He is doing a wonderful job here today. But you know what? A good road course racer will make a good short track racer. As you saw the 5-car Noel Dowler head past. He started 19th. He's all the way up to 8th, having a great run. And the WeatherTech.ca number 47 of LP Dumoulin has fallen back just a little bit. He's running in the 9th spot.
Jason White, his night is ending early. Tough break for you. You were having a ball out there.
It's been a really good day. We have a really good car here. Unfortunately,
unfortunately, the transmission just let go. Not much I can do about that, but I was driving really hard for these young guys today. They worked really hard all day, and was having a lot of fun. So the car is in good shape other than the tranny, so we'll go get them next time.
Next on, we'll see Jason next at Edmonton. Erica Thiering's home racetrack for the Alberta Has Energy 300. And Erica having a decent run here today, staying out of trouble. On board with her teammate, Joey McComb.
McComb had a strong run earlier this afternoon, tapered off a little bit, but he's hanging around inside of that top 15. So there you see the distance between Tagliani and the rest of the field in control right now aboard that number 18 rocket ship, coming up on the 9 machine of Dwayne Baker.
A lot of these drivers, if you talk to them in the pits beforehand, they didn't know what this track would do over the course of this race. So they were saying, you know what, we'll wait for lap 150. We'll tune on these race cars as we get the chance to. They haven't had the chance. We had the one caution early on before anybody really knew what was going on. They can't really work on the cars. What you started with is what you get as the EpiPen crew looks on. Their driver, Alex Tagliani, currently well in command here at Sunset Speedway for the Leland Industries 300. Lapsevich running second. Welcome back to Innisfil, Ontario in the Leland Industries 300. I'm Dave Bradley. Along with me is Spencer Lewis. Todd Lewis's trackside as you enjoy race number 3 of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series here on TSN. And Alex Tagliani is still your race leader by a long shot.
Tagliani, from the moment he took over the lead, has turned on the afterburners, looking fantastic right now as he once again comes up to put a lap on some slower moving traffic. This time, it's our reigning champion, LP Dumoulin on the 47.
Just ahead of him, too. Last week's winner is a 3-car, Jason Hathaway, who's currently in 5th position on the racetrack. There's your second place runner, the 76 of young Caden Lapsevich, given that Tim Horton staunch, but still that smoke.
Don Thompson, the crew chief for the 76 of Caden Lapsevich. How long can you go on fuel? We're hearing 230, maybe 240. How far can you guys go?
I think we could probably go the whole way on fuel. Tim Horton's dodge is running pretty good. Caden's doing an excellent job. We just got him patient right now and save his stuff.
We'll see if they can actually do it, guys. Maybe we will go green for even longer. Can they go the whole distance on fuel? Caden told me before the race as well. Their car gets better as it gets a little cooler, and it is slightly cooler down here now.
It has cooled off just a little bit. That might play into Lapsevich's favor a little bit, but this is one of those unknowns. No one knows how long you can stretch it here at Sunset.
And how about this for a stat? 1994 in the Mopar 200 was the last time Don Thompson Jr. crew chief a car to a win driven by a Lapsevich. Can he do it again here today with young Caden? We'll see if those fuel cells start to run dry. On board with Alex Labbé in the Cathcart Trucking number 36.
Labbé again has impressed all afternoon long. He's been a factor for most of the day, running in behind the 22 of Scott Steckly in the 4th position.
He's one of 5 cars left on a lead lap, and he's no stranger to seeing a new circuit quite frequently. He's in late models. He's in pretty much everything as he travels around the country, pretty much racing whenever and whatever he can. As he's now, it's Tagliani lurking in the background.
Yeah, you see the leader just stalking the back of the field here. And how often do we get to say the back of the field is the 5th place car? This is an incredible run by that EpiPen number 18.
And it's time to go. These guys, if they want to stay on the lead lap, they better be getting onto it. But at this point, tires are starting to get a little bit tired. You know, everything's not working as it once was. And you try to push, and it might get worse.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of your car right now when you got Tagliani looming in the rearview mirror. You're trying to pick up the pace a little bit, but you're in the midst of a long green flag run. Another good look back at the 36 of Alex Labbé. Jason Hathaway just in behind him as they head down the Sunset Speedway back straightaway.
To give you an idea of some of the lap times we're turning in qualifying, these drivers are turning about 14.7. Pole time was about 14.7 seconds. They're now in the mid-16-second range, and Alex Tagliani's the class of the field by far. Look who he's just in front of him now. The 3-car, Jason Hathaway, the 36, also for position. Hathaway's going to go through for 4th.
Tagliani doesn't look as though he's fallen off much at all in that 18 machine. Look at how good it looks. His entry, his exit, as he's now looking to put Hathaway a lap down, 3 wide, 3, 4, a little bit of contact. Good job by Tagliani. Gets 2 for the price of 1. Flashes down the front straightaway, and he's clear of the lap traffic.
forces the issue just a little bit. A great shot from our aerial view, and there is the EpiPen Chevy going to work now. Taking a look at the back bumper, the Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley.
Tagliani, just the class of the field right now. We are watching something special. He is putting this field to work and looking to pull up to the rear bumper of the number 22 of Steckley.
Tyler Case, the crew chief on that number 18 race car. No stranger to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, but he's never had a car working as well as this one with Alex Tagliani out in front. But Tagliani notoriously has been very aggressive on these short ovals as he races alongside his teammate. Now puts the 22 of Scott Steckley one lap down. But can Tagliani keep the bumpers on that Chevy?
I mean, you see the way the 22 of Steckley was moving around there as they came off of 4. You don't see that wiggle coming out of that number 18 machine.
Still there, side by side, bumper clear. Clear all around.
The Graphoid number 99.
On your bumper.
Marc-Antoine Cameron currently in 11th spot, 3 laps down. Again, just trying to stay out of trouble as a couple of the leaders go by. Of course, they're a lap down themselves, so they're working hard to be the first car a lap down. A little contact there from the 22 of Steckley.
That's a little bit of how you doing, what's going on, how's the car right now as Steckley gets into the back end of Hathaway.
LeBay is right there as well. Lou's Barbecue number 36, the flat black Dodge Challenger. As we continue under green, never thought we'd be saying this. Just the one caution so far. We're already on lap 219. The 18 is putting on a clinic here in the Leland Industries 300 at Sunset Speedway. He's lapped all the way up to second spot.
I mean, this really has been, there you see that they come down the front straightaway, the packed grandstands. The Sunset Speedway ownership group has been working to bring this race in for a long time. Brian and Sandra Todish, Ernie and TJ Reno Mato, the whole team has done a fantastic job with this Leland 300.
That's a battle for fourth spot. Scott Steckley up on the outside. The Lou's Barbecue number 36 of Alex LeBay down low. And we again continue under green. We expected more than a few cautions here on lap 234. But fuel could be an issue. Todd's in the pits. He's been looking around. Todd?
Guys, here's the question the rest of the way right now. Can you go the distance, perhaps, on fuel? We've heard 230, 240, 270 maybe. Some suggesting they might even try to go the whole distance. Right now, a much longer green flag run than any of the teams anticipated. Some of them are liking it. Others, though, screaming for new tires at the very least.
While all the crew chiefs will be telling them, save your fuel, go easy on these race cars. But this is a battle for 7th, and this is anything but easy. Noel Dowler on the inside, the number 5 Emco Dodge, the 04 of JF Dumoulin, having a great run here today.
Dowler back in action, showing no signs of rust whatsoever, hopping right back into the fold. And here we are again. Alex LeBay continues to dog the 22 of former series champion Scott Steckley for the 4th position.
Slate, as you mentioned, the 22 of Scott Steckley, again working that outside groove, and Alex LeBay down low with worn out tires. That's a tough place to stick that Dodge Challenger. And there's the first car a lap down, the 3 of Jason Hathaway, the Brakeworks Chevy, is now taking a look underneath the number 18 of Alex Tagliani, who's led since lap 108.
Hathaway's done the best job so far of staying with Tagliani. No one else has really been able to exist within the same air as that number 18 machine. Hathaway's trying to give it a go.
Yeah, it seemed as though as soon as the 18 went by, the 3 of Hathaway got on his bumper and followed him through. He picked up a number of spots, but now we ride on board with Hathaway.
Again, there, see, just trying to run on the tire tracks of the 18, trying to stick around and work to get that lap back. Could be crucial late in the race.
Yeah, if he can't get it on the racetrack, of course, if we do eventually get a caution, he would be the first a lap down, so he would be eligible for that free pass.
See, look how quickly they pull away from the 59 of Gary Clue, and yet still Hathaway able to remain right on the rear deck lid of that number 18 machine, and we flash back again. LeBay and Steckley are going to war right now. What a fantastic battle.
And the number 87 American Thiering flashed through there. There is the Remcall Contracting, number 98 of Larry Jackson. He's in the pit, so finally someone comes for fuel.
Down and away, quick stop. Thiering now.
Yeah, she's going to come and want some fuel, get some adjustments, and it looks like the clock is ticking on this field. So all the crew chiefs have their calculators out, and they're finding out how far they can go.
Well, right now they're looking out around this speedway, seeing how spread out everybody is. I mean, it's not likely we're going to get a caution here, so they got to do something in a hurry. You don't want to be the one to end up, stalled on the racetrack because you ran out of fuel. Here we see Tagliani now working the 25 of Joey McComb, just in the midst of an absolutely flawless performance.
Just look at the attitude of these race cars now compared to the start of this race. As we ride on board your second-place driver, Caden Lapsevich, the car's moving around a little bit more, but the drivers aren't really slamming them into the corner as hard as they were at the onset of this race.
You see, every time he comes up off a 2, he still has that little hint of smoke. Not sure what that is, but it hasn't appeared to slow him down.
Fuel's on everyone's mind as Alex Tagliani continues to lead. It's a beautiful night here on lap 261 as Alex Tagliani continues to pace the field here in the Leland Industries 300 on TSN from Sunset Speedway just outside of Barrie, Ontario. And this has so far been a pretty perfect day for the driver of the 18.
Tagliani coming off of a top 5 finish at Autodrome Chaudière that he felt as though he left a little bit on the table. Well, he's laid it all on the table here this evening. That 18 car has been so good for so much of this race as he starts to close in on second place Caden Lapsevich in the Tim Hortons number 76.
Just the one NASCAR Canadian Tire Series win for the driver of the 18, Alex Tagliani. That came on a road course at Edmonton years ago in 12 oval starts. He's got an average finish of 14.6, so really not that great.
He's living like a Saturday night regular right now. I mean, he looks like he's been running late models at Sunset all his life. Looking awfully comfortable.
He must love this place. He really would. And one driver who does love it is the 76 of Caden Lapsevich. No doubt his grandpa, Papa Joe, staring down with a big smile on his face about how well his grandson is performing here today. But there he is, the leader, right on his back bumper, looking to put him a lap down.
Side by side, still there. Door. Tire, still out there. Still out there, clear to 22, outside with the 76. Side by side. Side by side, still out there. Side by side, still there. Still there. Still out there. Side by side, still out there. Still out there, run it clean. Got your door, your tire. Almost clear, but not quite. Clear.
Spotter Warren Jones coaching the number 18 around the 76 of Caden Lapsevich. He has now officially lapped the entire field.
When you get into the deep waters like this, a good spotter is so valuable. When your equipment starts to taper off a little bit, your car starts to move around, that's when you need that voice in your ear. Phenomenal job by the 18 team.
Still that smoke from the 76 of Caden Lapsevich. In this, a battle for the lucky dog position. The Brakeworks number 3 of Jason Hathaway and second on the racetrack. Looking to be the first a lap down, believe it or not, that is second place.
Hathaway has experienced a resurgence late in this race here. That 3 machine has come alive. It almost seemed like from the moment the 18 put him a lap down, it woke Hathaway up, and he's still doing his best to stay within shot of that lucky dog.
Still see that smoke from the 76. Tim Hortons Dodge of Caden Lapsevich. We'll keep an eye on it, but the 18 of Alex Tagliani having his way with the field so far here this afternoon, and John standing by in his pit. Are they turning down the wick?
Guys, some of the calm going away here on pit lane. The 18 crew chief, Tyler Case, just told his guys, get your helmets on, have your gloves ready. Let's be ready just in case Alex has to dive on pit road for a quick splash. A little bit nervous as we get to the late stages of the race. They've been out front for so long, they want to bring it home.
It's funny when you're out there for 200 plus laps of green flag racing, how quickly those poker faces on pit road start to disappear.
Absolutely, especially when you have to go to work and you know you have to be perfect because you will get one shot at it, and that is it. Now look at the 3 of Jason Hathaway. This Fast Eddie race where Chevy has been really strong. Unfortunately, he went a lap down, or else he would be in a battle for the lead right now, unfortunately, and we have a caution. Finally, we have a caution in the Leland Industries 300. The 56 Opec Dodge of Matthew Scannell goes around the 87 of Eric Thiering as well. Lap 288, believe it or not.
Crew chiefs rejoice.
Have another look at what happened. 2 cars racing for the same real estate, and both go around. Nobody hit them, surprisingly so. But now comes the opportunity everybody was looking for. Pit stop time.
Lapsevich, one of the many cars to swing down pit road, finally able to have a bit of a breather here. Tagliani going to come in as well.
On the marks for the 18 team. They check the front for debris. They're filling him full of fuel. They get the nod that they are okay, and now he is gone. No tires.
This late in the run, you don't need much gas, but the three-car of Hathaway going to give up the opportunity to get back on the lead lap. He is going to take right side. Goodyear Eagles. A little bit of fuel for the Fast Eddie Racewear number 3 as well.
Going to try to race his way back onto the lead lap is Hathaway. That's a bit of a gamble for the 3 team.
The clock's ticking, but who knows what brand new Goodyear Eagle rubber will do for these race cars in the latter stages of this race. So Alex Tagliani, once again, your race leader by 1 full lap over this field as pit stop cycles continue.
This is crazy. This is history. We have never seen this happen before with the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. Alex Tagliani is laps away from being the first driver ever to accomplish this feat.
And important, he just made a fuel stop. He's not coming back in. Hathaway's going to get fuel on this stop. Lapsevich going to pick up some tires as well. But Alex Tagliani says, you know what? I'm pretty happy with what I've got. And he should be. He leads by a lap. It's a 4-lap shootout here in the Leland Industries 300. Alex Tagliani leads by a complete lap, but we'll take a look. There's still battles here on this racetrack. We have 2 cars, 1 lap down, the 3 and the 76, and also the 22 of Steckley and the 36 of Alex Levy. They're on the same race lap as well, albeit 2 laps down to your race leader. Back to green here at Sunset Speedway.
Bring these cars back up to full song. You're absolutely right. 4 laps to go. Tagliani's in control, but all the dance cards haven't been punched for the podium yet. There's still a lot to sort out.
And there's a lot of lap traffic to sort out as well. You see, we're almost 3 wide through 3 and 4. Alex Tagliani, the only car with clean air on the nose of that EpiPen Chevrolet. A little nudge there from Gary Clute on the 25 of Joy McComb.
Look at Hathaway part the C's down the backstretch, trying to find some clean air as Tagliani hits the see you later buy button on the number 18.
White flag up, 1 more lap to go for the driver of the NTN Cantor, number 18 of Alex Tagliani. He has been absolutely dominant here at Sunset Speedway. The first stop for NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, and Marco win for Alex Tagliani.
Hathaway will call home second. The prodigy, Caden Lapsevich, in the number 76 machine, rounds out your podium finishers.
And how about JF Jubiling in 5th? But what a run for that team as Colin Livingston and crew congratulate each other. We'll be back and we'll have a chat with your race winner.
Being a professional athlete requires focus and determination. Off the court, it's about living well. Gluten-free, no artificial colors or flavors, and an excellent source of protein. Pinty's Eat Well helps me live well without compromise.
I'm not ready to stop. I'm not hanging it up. I've come too far to turn back now.
Pinty's Eat Well. Live well, eat well, be well.
You know the drill? Got it, String Bean. First one to that island wins.
Is that a dolphin?
Where?
That's a bad idea.
Honeydew is water repellent. I'm gonna go through this water like a jet ski. You wanna do this or what?
All right. 1, 2,
3.
Hey!
Bad on swim trunks. Great on everything else.
Honeydew from Clean Flow.
We are back at the Leland 300 here at Sunset Speedway, and we have just capped off an absolutely flawless performance by race winner Alex Tagliani.
And let's send it down to victory lane where Todd standing by waiting for the winner.
Climbing out of that number 18 with a smile on his face and a good soaking coming from the crew with water bottles and waving the checkered flag is Alex Tagliani, saluting his crew for the job that they did in preparing this car for him. That is as dominating a victory as we have seen in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. What a way to get your first oval victory.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Obviously, the crew of the Team EpiPen 18 CGI car has been really, really good. I mean, I have to thank everybody here. The crew has been doing a great job. Last year, I was maybe driving a little bit too hard, overdriving it, and They stuck with me. Nobody quitted, and so we're here in victory lane, and it's really cool, and it's all for those guys. Tyler, crew chief, has been doing an amazing job. You know, believed in me, and he knows what I need in the car to go fast. So maybe there's more to come.
He had it today. Alex Tagliani, fast for a lot of laps, and a winner here at Sunset.
He's not even sweating. He comes up out of that car after that green flag run. Looks like he just came home from the mall.
Absolutely, pushing around the stroller with young Ava Rose. As we take a look at the final results, JF Dumoulin, as I mentioned, in the top 5. Your pole sitter, Gary Clute, settles for 6th. How about rookies? Marc-Antoine Cameron, Noel Dowler inside the top 10 as well. As we take a look at the latter half of the top 20.
Joey McComb comes back from some problems early for an 11th place finish. Dwayne Baker comes home 12th in his first Sunset Speedway appearance.
And we'll send it back down trackside to Todd with your 2nd place finisher.
Here's Jason Hathaway with the big Father's Day pose with all the kids. Congratulations on another solid finish. That should put you in the points lead.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me. I don't know. That doesn't matter. It's pretty early for points racing, but it was a good run. I didn't know where we were. I hadn't had a radio since about lap 49, so we're running out there and trying to see where we're running on the backboard and trying to run down tag. And I knew it was a lap down, and I was trying to get back around him so I didn't have to get the lucky dog and all that stuff. But it was good. Fast Eddie Choco, brake works on board, the HGC on board to get me here. So they tell me we're the points leader. I'm not much into that right now, but guess we're going to iCar to have some fun.
There you go, Jason Hathaway, back-to-back podium results.
Going to iCar will be a lot more fun as the points leader comes home 2nd here today. We'll take a look at the point standings. 4 points separate Hathaway and Clute. You remember they came into this one tied. Steckley and Kennington falling back just a little bit, but look at the Dumoulin brothers in 5th and 6th. Now let's go down to your 3rd place finisher.
Caden Lapsovich has run a lot of laps and has plenty of experience here at Sunset. First time, though, in an NCATS machine at a podium result. Well done.
Yeah, I'm really happy for our team right now. You know, when I saw Tagliani coming out of 4 behind me, I was like, oh, I'm praying. We need a caution bad so we can get our lap back. But it didn't fall at the right time, and I'll take a 3rd place finish on my 3rd start. Proud of these guys. Grandpa up above's really happy for us, I can tell you right now. These fans are really great.
Thanks, Caden.
Thank you.
He mentioned heading into this one how badly he wanted to do it in front of his family, in front of the home track fans. He got the job done. Alex Tagliani flanked in victory lane by Sandra and Brian Toddish. TJ Reno Matto there as well. Huge victory at the Leland 300.
This race has been brought to you by Pelican Products, a global leader in high-performance protective case and lighting solutions. By E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn. By Honey Goo, by Clean Flow, a honey of a lube. And by Canada's best store fixtures.
There you see the 18 car parked in victory lane. Tagliani's first win on an oval, and he makes it look easy here at Sunset.
We'll head back to the road course for our next race, the Echo 100 from Circuit iCar, just outside of Montreal. For Todd and Spencer Lewis, I'm Dave Bradley. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.